Thank you for joining us today. We're talking about flipping properties using business credit. I'm here with one of my good friends, as well as a client, Eddie. Eddie, thank you for joining us.
Thanks for
as well as allowing us to use your properties to be able to showcase how other people can get involved in flipping properties using business credit. And in this particular property, he had some challenges that some people that are in Florida or even in other areas of the United States may have ran into, surrounding sinkholes, as well as how to make a property more attractive and more appealing by adding square footage, and how he used business credit to do that. So come on in and we will show you the property. So Eddie, I gotta ask, the elephant in the room. So you bought this house as an unrepaired sinkhole.
Yeah, it's my first time ever doing that. Yeah, it was a little scary at first, but there was an addition put on this house, an extra 2 rooms built over there, and the unrepaired sinkhole was already on paper, and it was in the similar area. So I figured in my mind that the sinkhole, it was probably more cosmetic than anything, because they had that whole time and era in this area where people were getting a little crack and they were getting $150,000 checks for that. So it was probably just cosmetic, because they permitted them to do the extra addition.
So a lot of people were taking advantage of their insurance companies with small sinkholes, so it wasn't even something major. So how much did it cost to repair the sinkhole?
A total of $27,500.
$27,000. So tell us, how much did it cost to purchase this house? So just go over the numbers.
I believe we purchased this house for $290,000.
$290,000, and so then you had the cost of the sinkhole, the $27,000. Then how much other repairs were put in?
Under $25,000.
Under $25,000. Yep. And were you using business credit for all of those expenses?
I did. Some of it was on the actual, my partner's cabinet warehouse account. I probably used about $7,000 or $8,000.
Okay, $7,000 or $8,000 yourself, and you were working with a business partner who also is using credit.
Yes.
Okay, as we walk through, Eddie, tell us everything that you did differently, and also let us know, for the new investors that are joining us on the channel, how it is that you're able to do these flips with investing so little but having such a high-end look. People are gonna wanna know.
Good question, man, good question. I gotta say, the secret is definitely knowing the right people, being able to get the materials for cheap and get the labor done for cheap and efficiently. In this room, we put a whole new kitchen. We tore out the old one. This was an old 90s Aluminodome. Have you seen them with the plastic pieces that go up and they're all faded? Yeah. So we tore that off. We put new can lights, put some crown molding around there, and then painted it. We put new cabinets in. Obviously, we painted. We actually left the same appliances that were here from the previous owner, minus a few cockroaches. And,
always minus a few cockroaches. We're in Florida.
So the main thing that made this transform in here was this crown molding.
It's a thick crown molding.
Believe it or not, to get those angles, it's very hard. It's challenging, especially over here. Now, if you see how these different angles of this cathedral ceiling go up, one of the most challenging parts was right here. These little extra pieces that you have to custom do and cut literally right on the spot. And these guys are up on ladders measuring, trial and error.
It looks good though. It adds an elegance that wouldn't be there otherwise.
Yeah. So we left the baseboards. We didn't have a lot of money left on this place because we did pay $290 for it, and we were hoping to get about $420 to $430.
And it's currently under contract.
It's currently under contract for $420,000 with a $5,000 concession fee going towards the purchase for the owner. So we're getting $415 for it.
Perfect. Let's take a look at the bedrooms then.
Okay. Yeah.
All right, Eddie. So the first thing about this bedroom is I noticed the checkerboard. Yeah. I feel like we're playing checkers here.
Yeah. You definitely just need a few pieces and you got yourself a game.
Yeah. So tell us, how much transformation in this room?
Not much. Just we changed the fan. We took the vents off and sprayed them, put them back, painted every single thing in the room. I wasn't a big fan of these checkered floors. I told my partner we should probably put carpet in. He said people don't like carpet. I said they do if it's new. That was just a disagreement we had, and then we almost had to come back and replace the floors because it wasn't selling. Finally, we got a contract and we ended up taking the floors back.
Yeah, so that's a good thing to consider though, because if eventually you wouldn't get under contract, then you could have come and replaced the floors. So holding off on it may have saved some money.
So as we walk through, there's about 5 different tile floors here, right? Which don't always matter because most of them blend in and it's not very like straining on the eye, you know? But when you see this and the one in the other room, it's such a difference.
It's a lot.
Yeah.
But you know, when someone invests in a house like this, a lot of times they are planning on doing some modifications of their own, or they could have children, they could have kids. If you have teenagers, you know these rooms are getting tore up anyway. So here we are in the master bedroom with the master bath. Looks like they put in some interesting tile, some interesting flooring there.
We didn't clean it good enough, but yeah, it is a brand new floor. We actually used the shower paint to paint over the old tiles.
Wow, they just look brand new.
And we put custom glass in, new hardware. This toilet, I guess it's the same one. And then we put new vanities in. This was cool too because, you know, you can have a vanity set over here, girls' makeup, there's a bunch of drawers. There was an old one here, so we just replaced it. And then we did the crown molding, which I think looks pretty cool. This, actually, I got videos, see that line right there? They didn't do the best job. But this came, there was like a wall right here with lights. So it was really boxed in, which this way it opened up.
Yeah, it looks really open. A lot of homes in Florida have this high ceiling open look. Yeah. And especially the more modern remodeling is opening all that back up, taking all the 90s lights down.
Unfortunately, that's all you really have to do with some of these 90s homes. The square footage is there, you know, the vaulted ceilings, you just have to change everything you see.
Yeah.
You know, and it makes it really modern.
Looks great. So many people are probably concerned to buy a house that has a sinkhole, but could you tell us how long it took to repair the sinkhole? Was it a difficult process?
I remember they dropped off all the stuff. It was just a bunch of plates and metal pins and different materials. It was laying in the driveway. I'll show a picture of it later on in this video. And then they got started. I came over and checked on them, and they were done in like 3 to 4 days.
Yeah, so they're simply drilling down below the house, pumping concrete underneath until they've filled up the cavities. And so this is now a repaired sinkhole. And a repaired sinkhole could have some connotations on the market. Some people might not want to buy a repaired sinkhole, but you have gained an advantage by having all that extra square footage added on.
Some people want a repaired sinkhole in Florida because if it hasn't been touched ever, maybe a sinkhole will come. However, if it's already been repaired and insured and guaranteed by the company, I'm sure if something else fell out, they'd probably come out and live up to their word and keep filling it in. Or it just probably would never happen again because it's already been repaired. So I felt pretty confident of having it done just right as the sale was about to happen.
In usual Florida style, you have a beautiful pool out here. I really like it. This one looks like it goes pretty deep too.
Yeah.
But you got a fairly new looking lanai. I mean, not brand new, but it's also not old. It looks nice and white. And it just has a nice ambiance back here. I like the backyard. With your, multiple access points from in here to be able to access, you got your shed back there. But I really like the pool area and what the pool area adds to a Florida home. This can kind of become the central part of a Florida family.
I agree. So my little scheme that I was doing all summer because I don't have a pool at my house. So every flip house that I had that's on the market or even under contract, I bring my daughter and a couple friends over and we pool hop, So I came to this one a few times this summer and there was something different about it. I don't know if you can get a scene out there, a picture of, I don't know if it's going to show good on the video, but it's very serene out here. And I was just watching all the trees go by, the breeze was blowing and it was very peaceful. So I enjoyed this one specifically to do little day hops in,
Yeah, it's nice. All right, so in Florida, it's really important that you have a garage because you don't want your car to fly away. So tell us what you did in the garage, and it looks like you put this nice floor in.
Yeah, this is a 2-part epoxy that they sell right in Lowe's or Home Depot, and you can specifically use different colors to match different schemes. They have like 6-7 different colors and then you put the flakes on, you do the 2-part epoxy, and you put the flakes on, you do it in sections, and I pretty much do it on every house. It just gets that old, like, raw, chalky cement look away, or if there's any oil stains, they go away. just makes it feel more put together.
And it makes it look new again. It looks great. Could you tell us a little bit about the curb appeal of this house and what you added in terms of the garden?
So we did, new lights. We painted the whole house, obviously. My partner wanted to paint the garage the same color as the body, which I don't agree with, but saves money, I guess. This garden, it's not in the best shape. 4 months ago when we did it, 5 months ago, it was in perfect shape. We bought a bunch of different plants from a nursery. We put this rubber chips in it. See, it's old tires, but I guess they dye it some different way.
Well, it really looks great, and I like the statue that you put in over there. Yeah. It definitely looks like you when you were younger. When you had hair.
Yeah, it looks like my grandma Atilda. And the roof's in good shape here. I mean, this is a good deal. It's a good house. I actually, to be honest, when we first bought this place, we were skeptical if we were going to make any money, because right around the time when we bought it, the market started getting a little stiff and the percentages went up. The Fed raised the rates. So we were like, man, we might get stuck with this place. And I was considering buying my partner out of it for just the $300,000 we had into it, and using it as an Airbnb. For $300,000, 5-bedroom Airbnb with a pool, it had done pretty good.
Well, I can see why. From the front curb appeal all the way to the back, the ambiance in the back with the pool and the neighbor area.
Yep.
This is just a beautiful property, and you did a really good job rehabbing it.
And one of the other reasons I bought this house, because we were on the verge of not buying it, because it was getting close to, where were they going to make money or not. The expressway is over here, the Veterans, and houses towards that area are more comparable to Tampa houses, because people could just get a job in Tampa and drive right on the Veterans, as opposed to being all the way 20 minutes on the other side of town. And this is one of the best neighborhoods in this town.
Awesome. Well, you did a great job on this one.
Thanks, brother. Appreciate it.